Great. Just a quick check there. Can everybody hear me okay? Just put your thumbs up. Great. Oh, thanks very much. Thank you. So welcome to today's doTerra Essential Oils class. My name's David Miller. I've been in this organisation now for 5 years. Time has definitely flown. One of those things they say when you're having fun, isn't it? I've certainly had a lot of fun, but I've also learned so much as well, because please appreciate I knew nothing about essential oils when I first came to doTerra. Now I was interested in looking after myself a bit better, one of those things you do as you get older, I guess, and I'm certainly interested in moving away from toxins and chemicals the more I was hearing the damage that was doing to us. Now my wife Angela said that she loved essential oils, but what she was talking about was fragrance oils, nice smells in other words. We're not going to talk about fragrance oils on this particular class. We're going to talk about certified pure therapeutic grade oils for health benefits. And these are nothing like the fragrance oils you may be used to as part of your great culture and community. You're going to learn more about the world of essential oils as well, because this is an unregulated market. What that means is you can have a bottle of essential oil in our home right now. It can say it's 100% pure, the label, yet legally have up to 92% of fillers and synthetics in. It's absolutely shocking. And why would we tell you that if we could do the same? Because we could. But we choose deliberately to go against the vast majority of the market to produce the most pure, potent, safe, effective, and the most tested essential oils in the world for health benefits. And we're so excited to have brought them to India, as you can see, from the 1st of June 2022. You've got to learn about the use and benefits of 10 different essential oils in our range for everyday use in your family. Now, you may have particular health situations you're looking for some support for. We can certainly look to do that for you. But we're looking as much around for an all-round natural wellness lifestyle on a preventative measure. This is what doTerra is all about. Preventative long-term protocols to help with your natural health care and also help support some of those issues that many people would come to us about in the first place. Now, we do say that it's an optional business. We're not going to cover it on this class at all. Extra income, new career. Please go again back to the person who invited you and we can give you more information on that if that's of interest. But 80% of people who come to us are just happy customers, and that's exactly what we're going to cover in this particular class. Now, it isn't interactive. At the end, though, there'll be a chance to ask questions or provide feedback back to the person who invited you. Please let us appreciate your own main interests so we can help you best. And if you're using a phone, like many people are these days, which is amazing, put it in landscape view. You'll just get the view a bit better. Now, we will send you copies of the slides and supporting information afterwards, but I do recommend that you go back to the person who invited you. In fact, send them a WhatsApp message now, just to make sure that they know that you've attended, and then we can give you the proper information afterwards. Let's look a bit further then to see who exactly are doTerra. Now, doTerra is Latin for gifts of the earth. This is the headquarters of Utah, America, so it is a US company, started in 2008, so we're only very young, but we're now comfortably the largest supplier of essential oils in the world. We have global sales approaching $3 billion a year. We're already in over 100 countries. We've also got a 65% customer retention. Now what that means is for every 10 customers that come to us, 6 of them stay with us. And I think that shows you clearly we've got products that people want. People keep buying them because they work. And surely in this day and age, that's exactly what people are looking for. And we're here to support you with those needs. Now, we're also a very ethical company. We source our oils from 47 different countries all around the world. These are the indigenous regions where the plants thrive best for the greatest potency. I'm going to talk much about purity, absolutely, very shortly. But potency is a different thing. This is the quality of the raw materials. For example, we only source lavender from France and Bulgaria. We can get it from many places around the world, cheaper, more convenient. That is not the doTerra way. We're here to provide the best results. From India, we source 13 different essential oils like cardamom, peppermint, spearmint, lemongrass. In fact, for lemongrass, we actually have over 500 farmers with less than 1 acre. We're supporting their communities and investing in them for their futures. So again, this is the way doTerra work. We're not interested in mass production in terms of bulk or going through wholesalers. We want to have that impact on the ground, and we already have an impact on the ground in our farming communities of 3 million people. And if that wasn't good enough already, the object is to actually achieve an impact of 10 million people by 2030. Is that a challenge? Absolutely. As doTerra would put it, absolutely. And I do go back to the fact that we've just opened up in India on the 1st of June. And we'll talk more about how you can get access to your oils within India as part of this particular class. Now, I do say a bit, if I can, if you don't mind, the fact that we are a ethical company, very much central to the way we work is making a difference around the world. We have our own Healing Hands Foundation, so we actually work with communities around the world, maybe days for girls in places like Kenya, helping young ladies look after themselves better and learn to manage themselves. We also work with targeting sex trafficking, working organisations with those as well. And whenever there's something going around the world, you'll find doTerra working with that. We're very much part of that. And again, over $30 million donated through the Healing Hands Foundation since we started in 2008. Now, we're also not against conventional, the allopathic side of healthcare. Please appreciate that. He's a doctor in South Africa, for example, though, who just joined us 3 years ago and knew nothing about essential oils. And then he found doTerra. So they're very much central to the options he offers to his clients and his patients, who may be looking for the better choices. But he's got so much confidence now, he's now educating his other doctors, his peers, his colleagues, and we're looking to help get these essential oils into more hospitals, for example. And this is how we work around the world, not trying to sell oils off websites like everybody else. We work around the world one drop at a time, one person at a time, one community at a time. Now, I did mention earlier, we talked about a wellness lifestyle, so we do see ourselves very much as a wellness lifestyle company, not a company who's out there selling oils like everybody else. So what we'll do within our community, we'll educate and support people to look after themselves better by getting proper nutrition into their system, by helping to absorb it better, because as we get older, we have less ability to do that, especially after the age of 30, by the way. If you thought that wasn't bad enough, young enough in itself, after 30 we've lost ability. We'll look at potentially things like mobility issues or pain management, metabolic systems, gut support, which is crucial. All these things that contribute to our health, good health or not so good health. We're also looking to help people with their rest, sleep, stress, and depression management, which is prevalent in today's society. Again, so we look at the emotional side as well as the physical side. And we're also looking to help people to reduce toxic chemicals that we bring into our home when we're buying things from supermarkets. We just haven't looked, we don't take much attention. We're now starting to realise the damage that does to us. And we're looking to help people to move away from that, both with protocols and also products to support it. And by doing this continuously behind the scenes with our free ongoing education and support, which I'll show you a little bit more about, people can make better decisions, be more proactive and preventive in their lifestyle. And therefore, this also contributes to the fact that the 65% customer retention and more people using our essential oils as part of that process, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay. Now then, what is an essential oil? Well, an essential oil is the immune function of the plant. It's there to protect it. It's also the fluid that helps to regenerate and heal the plant. And because it's got lipophilic qualities, it's got the ability to pass into our bloodstream in just 30 seconds, start to affect the cells in our body within just 20 minutes. That's fast. And because it's natural, it'll pass into the outer protective membrane of the cell, and it'll help that cell function healthily and normally. See, you won't hear us saying that essential oils heal people or cure people. What they do, they work within the body naturally and safely to help the body function into its optimum. So, again, we're looking to work in partnership with the allopathic side, with the hospitals, with the doctors, to help them appreciate that, to give people choices. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about choices. So if you've got an interest in essential oils, and I do trust you have, having taken time out your busy day to listen to this presentation, please appreciate this is an unregulated market. And I did say at the start, you can have a bottle of essential oil in your home right now, claiming that it's 100% pure. but legally can have up to 92% of fillers and synthetics. Now, how do we know that? You'll see a company on the bottom left-hand side here called Aromatic Plant Research Centre, APRC. This is an independent company, got nothing to do with us, but they've got some of the best test equipment in the world. And what they did last year, tested the oils of the 50 top companies around the world, and they found 47 of them were producing adulterated products or even just synthetic materials derived in a lab, and they call it an essential oil. There was only 3 out of those 50 found to be pure. One was doTerra, 2 were 2 small companies, one with about 6 oils, one with about 10 oils, and one has since gone out of business. So why did doTerra stand out in the world of essential oils? We've already talked about potency, the actual quality of the raw materials for the greatest benefits. But purity is something different. It's something special. It's either pure or it's not pure. And when we started in 2008, we created a standard for the rest of the world to follow called Certified Pure Tested Grade, CPTG for short. What that means in practice is all our oils go through 45 separate tests for purity. From the moment we collect it from a farmer till the last moment it's ended up in a bottle of our essential oil. But interestingly, 11 of those tests are carried out by that independent company, APRC. So this is independent verification of the purity of doTerra essential oils. And this independent company, APRC, tests every single batch of our oils. And the way we verify for you as a customer, to pass the transparency and the trust we build, every single bottle has the batch number embossed on the bottom of the bottle. Now you can go to this website called sourcetoyou.com. You can have a look at that later. I do recommend it. You'll see some amazing work behind the scenes with our farmers, the science behind essential oils, and the partnerships we have around the world as well. But you can put that batch number, you can have a seat on the screen. You can take a note of that, look at the slides, go to this website, put that batch number in. You'll find out more about this lemon essential oil. And then also you'll be able to download the test results for that batch of doTerra essential oils. And as you can see here clearly, it says here, an analysis of this lemon lot revealed no contaminants or adulteration, and that the sample met the expected chemical profile for the authentic essential oil of citrus lemon. In other words, it's got absolutely everything it should be that nature intended. It is as pure as nature could possibly make it. It's also got nothing that's been near it that could possibly affect it. And you'll only ever need 1 or 2 drops for a beneficial effect. And there's 250 drops in a single 15ml bottle. So it's very, very cost effective per use. Please, please, please do not compare these oils with others on the market that you may see, which are nothing like that. And you may say, well, you know some trusted brands in India. Well, they may have some reputation in some way. We can only allude to how they've got that over time. But I just want to show you a brand here, if you don't mind. Now, I'm told this is a recognised brand in India, but he's the scientist, the chief scientist of APRC, who's tested this oil, and he's found it adulterated and synthetic. You can make your own judgments. I ask you a question: how important is purity to you if you're going to put it into your system, into your body? And I would say to you that there's more chance of you finding things that shouldn't be in there than everything pure. But you can get an absolute guarantee of purity with doTerra. I'm going to show you here then the 3 different ways you can use an essential oil within your home or with your family. One will be aromatically, where you breathe it in. The second will be topically on the skin. The third will be internally or ingesting the oils. But I'm going to qualify that very specifically. I will only be talking about 37 out of about the 100 essential oils that doTerra has, and I certainly will not be talking about what you may have in your home. Even if it says 100% pure, hopefully you'll appreciate that simply isn't the case. What about aromatically then? Well, 2 ways you can do that. You can see on the screen. One would be just putting a drop in the palm of the hand. So let's have a look at doing something like that. Put a drop in the palm of the hand. You only ever need 1 or 2 drops, remember. Then just rub it together and breathe it in. Maybe about 3 to 5 deep breaths over about 30 seconds. What happens is it passes over the olfactory bulb, which has millions and millions of tiny little nerve receptors, which feed directly into the limbic system of the brain, which is the emotional centre. Then that feeds into the pituitary glands and into the systems. Now, let's say that let's say that you've had a bit of a stressful day. It's been quite common these days, especially, hasn't it? You know, you're needing to calm down. Breathe in a calming oil. It will help the body produce chemicals which will calm you down. But what if it's the mid-afternoon or the early evening? Perhaps like right now, for example. You're feeling a bit like siesta time. You're ready for a little nap. But you've got things to do. You need to perk up. Breathe in a citrus oil. It helps the body produce chemicals which will perk you up. And every different essential oils has a different benefit working within the body, all safely in partnership with nature and no side effects. Okay. Now another great way of using an essential oil is with a diffuser. One of the best ways of using an essential oil, actually, you may be familiar with these, you may see them. This is our petal diffuser from doTerra, which I can show you how to get access to one of these later on as well, if you like. But what you can do, you can just take the top off here, and you can put some cool water in there, so it's safe for the family. You just fill it with water, a couple of drops of essential oil, maybe about 3 to 4 drops. I like a combination of patchouli and lemongrass as one of my combinations, by the way, just one of my favourites, and I'm sure you'll find ones of your own. There's an electromagnet in there that will convert it to a mist, then put the top on, that will come out the top and fill the air. This would be a great one for the family, maybe in the sitting room, maybe in the bedroom. Maybe a spa centre could use it in a waiting room, a massage therapist in a similar way. Okay, so, but these are essential oils for everyone. These are essential oils for the family. What about the second way then, which is topically or on the skin? Most of our oils are very mild. You can put them directly on the skin. I would still recommend the use of a carrier oil, base oil like coconut oil, almond oil, sesame seed oil, just to help it absorb more effectively through the skin, and also stay on the skin longer for longer lasting benefits. These will absorb quickly, easy and effectively at the cellular level to work from the inside out, which is a great way of thinking about it in partnership with nature. One of the best places as well is on the soles of the feet, especially for children. Maybe just do a little test there first for sensitivity. Again, it's on the soles of the feet. There's over 2,000 pores, and also some of the largest pores on the body and the soles of the feet. And again, that'll absorb through the system. Okay. Now, some of our oils are very what we call hot oils. I'll mention a couple of them very shortly. They just feel a bit sensitive, a bit uncomfortable, and you would definitely need a carrier oil with those. But we'll give you guidance of that. We have product information pages which gives you the uses and the benefits, and also how to use them safely. And we do say as well, we talk about internally here. Just move on out the way just a second here. Internally, or ingesting the oils. Now, I'm going to say this again specifically. I'm only talking about 37 out of over 100 oils and blends from doTerra, and I'm certainly not taking what you may also ones that you may have in the home. Now, there's a couple of ways you could do that. You use these. Do it this way. One will be in a glass of water. So I will put 2 drops of lemon in here every morning before my breakfast. Just as I'll show you later. I'll just take this little drop of it. Nice little drink, which I'm just about ready for, as you can possibly imagine. The second way to do it, it would be in a veggie capsule. I mentioned some of the other oils that maybe not feel so comfortable. This is a veggie capsule. You can get these. Just take the top off here. Put a drop of oil in there. Put it at the top and swallow again with some water. That'll dissolve in the stomach and then go directly into the bloodstream. That's the 3 ways then you could use essential oils. And it's not about you knowing this straight away. These are ways that you find out from experience, listening and learning from other people within our community, and find out what's right for you, because everyone's different. Now, I did promise here that I was going to show the use and benefits of 10 of our core essential oils for use in your family every day as part of a wellness lifestyle. Remember, now these 10 oils here. I'm going to cover them in a bit more detail. You may find things I mention here that are particular relevance to you, for you and your family. But again, this is just a very brief overview. Please go back to the person who invited you for some much more detail, and we'll show you to get access to these at a discount as well if you listen on to the end of the class. So what about these 10 oils? What about our peppermint? Very refreshing, as we all know, but one single drop of our peppermint has the equivalent benefits of 28 cups of peppermint tea. That's very extremely powerful. Yeah, so you can maybe use it as a great refresher. Again, one drop it in the palm of the hand just to perk you up, and then breathe it in, which is fantastic. But it has other wide-ranging benefits as well. Very versatile is our peppermint. Perhaps for some tensions that maybe lead to a situation, and you can just put a drop of peppermint with some carrier oil into the temples, across the top of the forehead, just being very careful to get it into the eyes. It is very, very strong, and that can alleviate that tension and therefore help with the particular situations like that, make life a bit more comfortable. You can also use it for a mild stomach upset. I do have a blend I'm going to show specifically for gut support, but maybe for the odd time when you get a bit of bloating, maybe so as an ingredient for the night before, maybe a drop of peppermint on the tongue or in a veggie capsule might give you some support in that particular way. You can also find that for some reason ants do not like peppermint, so maybe just put them on an area where you may be getting some particular attraction to them, and the ants will disappear. Where do they go? We don't really know, but we don't really care either, do we? Let's face it. That's okay then. So again, peppermint, many uses and benefits of our peppermint essential oils, okay, and help with that breathing issue maybe. But again, I've got a blend I want to talk about specifically respiratory support. What about lavender? Now, lavender is the most well-known of our essential oils. Yeah, most people relate it to nice smells and calming, relaxing. We look at especially to help people with their sleep, understanding that sleep is the body's major repair function. In fact, I was doing some research recently that suggested anybody routinely sleeping less than 6 to 7 hours a night it's one of the major causes leading to things like Alzheimer's. Okay, it also contributes to the cardiovascular disease, stroke, congestive heart failure, and type 2 diabetes, to throw in for good measure. So sleep is very important, and we can help people with their sleep with our lavender. You can put it in the drops in the palm of the hand maybe and breathe it in. You can put it in diffuser, maybe spray a few drops on the pillows before you go to sleep, and that can help people get a deep, restful sleep. Now, it's fantastic when people come back to us and they said they've had the best night's sleep for 3 weeks, 3 months, sometimes even 3 years. Can you imagine how they feel? But you can imagine how we feel as well, having made such a huge difference to somebody's quality of life and their future health as well to go with it. This isn't work for me, I assure you. I feel it's my duty, my responsibility to pass this kind of information on to you and help you start to appreciate it for yourself as well. Now, it does have calming qualities. It can help alleviate or work towards support for anxiety or other feelings like that, for feelings of relaxation in the same way. We do have a whole set of emotional well-being blends that we can look at a separate time, obviously a key area, but certainly lavender would be a good starting point. You can use it on the skin for any mild stings, burns, irritations. It's very soothing in that particular way. You can put it directly on the skin. I would still recommend the use of a carrier oil or a base oil, just to help to absorb that bit better and also work that bit more effectively over a period of time. Now, it'd be very easy to go on for a long time about lavender for its calming and its soothing qualities and help and support with the skin. But you can learn more about that at time. I just want to give you an overview of this particular class. What about lemon then? Now again, this is an oil for everyday use around the home. I would use it specifically, mentioned earlier, in a glass of water, 2 drops every morning as a refresher. It helps to balance out acidity in the body because we get the lemon essential oil from the rind of the lemon. We don't actually use the juice, which is acid. That's only going to contribute to issues like that. Yeah, it also promotes a positive mood, increases cognitive ability. It's a natural cleanser for the body. Will aid with digestion, but I've got a blend I'm going to show you very shortly specifically for digestion, and you'll understand why when I come to that particular oil. And I would suggest that that's one of the most in-demand oils we're going to have in India. Good support in that particular way. It's also very powerful. You can see here that one single 15ml bottle has the equivalent benefits of 45 lemons. That's very powerful. Therefore, you can use it on the home as a natural cleaner around the home. We can put it also as an air freshener. You can put 10 drops, for example, in a glass spray bottle like that, fill it with water. And for us, that's now our air freshener. So we've got rid of the plug-ins and the sprays we used to use. And bear in mind, they're typically synthetic. We're breathing them in, we're putting them into our systems. And remembering again, it isn't a case we are what we eat, we are what we absorb. Everything good, bad or indifferent is going to have a direct impact on our physical well-being. So you can use lemon essential oil for cleaning around the home as well. We use it for cleaning an oven, so no more intoxicating ourselves with that. And that's a job that needs to be done every now and again. Well, I'm told anyway. That's our wonderful lemon, which is amazing. What about tea tree then? Now, you may be familiar with tea tree. We talk about lavender being well known. Many people would know tea tree. We actually source it from the Melaleuca tree in Australia. So we suggest this is one of the most powerful tea trees you'll come across. The soil's right, the temperature's right, the environment's right. But tea tree is known and renowned for helping with cleansing and rejuvenate effect on the skin. So this is one for skin, maybe for helping for occasional purifying the nails, for example, or on the toe, and also for in shampoo to help it looking thick and clean and healthy. It support a skincare routine. You can use it for mild conditions. You can also promote a healthy immune function, and it will protect against environmental seasonal threats. So this is an all-round all for everyday use. One for the medicine cabinet for sure. But I would say again, when it comes to impurities or it comes to adulteration, tea tree is one of the largest examples of that you expect, because again, people recognise this and it's in the most demand as well. Now, what about oregano? I find this absolutely fascinating. Oregano essential oil. We're all familiar with using oregano in our food for flavouring, maybe our spaghetti bolognese, our pizza. But as an essential oil, it's 70 times more powerful. So therefore, it's a one to be used very carefully, and if you're using it for flavouring, not even one drop enough. You only just need to use a fraction just to flavour it, maybe about 80% of the way through the system. But we're more interested in this oregano essential oil for its health benefits. It's a very powerful cleansing agent, offers very powerful antioxidants within the system. So you can take it internally as well. Please use a veggie capsule. It's one of those ones we did call a hot oil. So use it with the coconut oil, almond oil, sesame seed oil, just to dilute it that little bit. And also it's not too uncomfortable in the mouth or on the tongue in that area. I'm sure you can appreciate what I'm saying here. Yeah, but and you can also use it maybe if you get any particular type of infections, maybe an ear infection. Again, use a carrier oil. Just put some behind the ear. You can use some lavender oil as well. That can support that. So again, we're not just looking at it for in our food. We're looking at it as an all-round benefit as part of our health routine. That's our wonderful oregano. But what about frankincense then? Now, frankincense is our number one oil. We call it the king of the oils because it has so many wide-ranging benefits for support for cellular health, for support for the skin, for support for the immune function, as some examples of that. Yeah, so we'd use it as part of an everyday lifestyle. I was particularly interested in putting essential oil, frankincense essential oil, one drop under my tongue because it goes directly into the bloodstream. That's an acquired taste, by the way. You don't have to do it that way. You can also put it in a veggie capsule or just in the skin. It'll absorb in other ways. The reason why I would do that, it's got the ability to search out unhealthy cells and help them commit cellular suicide, something we call apoptosis. If you look that up as well, you'll realize what that can be. And if you think about it, cellular health is absolutely critical to a well-being lifestyle. And I certainly look at frankincense to be able to support that. It's also got the ability to pass through the blood-brain barrier, so it can help support cellular health of the brain. Pretty critical, I would suggest that. I think we're all for living longer physically. I think it helps to be living longer and being healthy also mentally as well. That's another reason for taking it. One of the few compounds that can pass through the blood-brain barrier, by the way. You can also use it as part of a skincare routine. Bear in mind we're looking at cellular health. So maybe the ladies for maybe minor skin imperfections, blemishes. My wife Angela, this is the first one that she went to for her precious cheeks, and we all know how important that is for the ladies. Absolutely, of course we do. It's Angela's favourite subject, that. Again, part of a skincare routine, put it into some natural cream. Now obviously make sure it's natural before you do that. in that respect. It's also very calming and relaxing, so you can use it as part of a diffuser, maybe on the back of the neck, on the soles of the feet in that respect. But it's also very challenging oil to produce. We source it from 4 particular regions, 4 different species of the boswellia tree actually. One of them being Carteria, which we get from actually from Somaliland. You all know how challenging it can be in that particular area, I would guess, and you only get a small amount of frankincense resin from the boswellia tree, and the farmers have to be very careful to bleed it, not to damage it. It's a very challenging oil to produce. It takes about 6 weeks to go through the process, and as part of that process, unfortunately, it is one of the more costly oils in our range. But don't worry, we're going to show you a much better way to be able to get access to these oils, as you'll see, much more cost-effective ways, certainly than buying at retail that many people would maybe thinking of the need to do in the first place. Not with doTerra, we're going to give you the best options for getting access to these oils. That's our wonderful frankincense then, wonderful oil for cellular support and for the skin and for the immune function. Now that's 6 actual single oils that we've shown you here. We do our own proprietary blends as well, like On Guard. This was devised by doTerra doctors and physicians for support for changes in seasons, which I appreciate will happen typically. I hear a lot of the impact of that on people's lives as the changes the seasons within the Indian continent. It's also there as a protective blend, so it's got cinnamon in, clovebud, wild orange, rosemary and eucalyptus. It's a blend of these oils together. You can diffuse it in the diffuser. You can put it on the soles of the feet, and we use it as a protective blend when we're going out and mixing in with other people. Just for the type of on touch, mixing with other people, and it can also be preventative because it supports the immune function. Yeah, you can also use it maybe 10 drops in a spray bottle like this again, fill it with water, and you can use it to spray the hands, spray the air for a deeper clean. I know everybody's been familiar with doing this for some time now. We've been doing this for years actually. Always felt the need there to protect ourselves out in today's environment. So we'd certainly look at On Guard as part of a daily range. Now we have it as a theme. I'll show you shortly some other ranges of products within the On Guard range that can help support natural well-being and moving away from toxins and chemicals around the home as well. Our next essential oil is our Breathe. This is our respiratory blend. It's what I would call an impact oil actually. It's an oil that tends to help most people, most of the time, almost straight away. What we mean by that, I guess we all know many people who may have, congestion, looking for that extra bit of relief or just that extra bit of support. And this is just a great oil to be using. It's got peppermint in, eucalyptus, cardamom, laurel leaf, ravinsara, melaleuca and lemon. Now they're all great in their own right, but very powerful together. So where you could use it would be drop in the palm of the hands, we rub it together, breathe it in. Oh, that would be great. You can also put it in the diffuser like we showed you earlier as well. But it's going to help to maintain those feelings of clear airways and easy breathing. And as a result of that, it gets a lot of great feedback from the ladies who say it helped with their partners snoring. Now, you've got to appreciate it's not anything that we'd know anything about in this household. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, seriously, this is a fantastic oil for just loosening things up, maybe before a bit of exercise or a workout. But anybody with any respiratory support needs, this is a definite one in that kind of area for sure. The next oil we've got is our Deep Blue, another very powerful oil. Now, I do say powerful, it's very strong. It needs to be used with a carrier oil like coconut oil, almond oil, probably say 1 drop of Deep Blue, 5 drops of coconut oil as an example for that. But obviously, just test it yourself and see what's you feel the most comfortable about. But this is a one for the muscles, it's for the joints, it's for loosening up, it's anti-inflammatory, so it'll ease any tension, it'll just loosen things up, just make feels soothing everything. So the sports people would use it especially before a workout, or especially after a workout, maybe. A bit of both, really. Prevention is better than cure, we all know that. It's got blue tansy in, osmanthus, helichrysum, very special on its own right for the ladies, for any particular blemishes around the eyes. Very special for the ladies, I would suggest. Roman chamomile, peppermint, camphor, which can help with skin, and also wintergreen. Now, there is a contraindication with this oil. What that means is, for anybody who may be taking any high blood pressure tablets, such as warfarin would be a typical one, or a very common one, please take some doctors of advice. And it's not because it works against it. It actually does the same job. It opens up it thins the blood out, and also increases blood flow. So it might work. Just be a little bit too much. That's not to say you can't, but take some doctor's advice first. But it's a great one, maybe around the wrists and the joints, the knees especially. Who doesn't know somebody with an issue with knees? Might be caused by some sort of damage there, by a sports injury. Perhaps would be an idea. Type of work people have been doing. A great soother, and I recommend this for parts of the household, because who doesn't know times when we all need this kind of support as well. And the last oil I'm going to cover here is the Zengest. This is for digestive support. We talked about the importance of this, getting nutrition into the system, absorbing it better. And I have to say, I find this quite a major issue in the Indian continent. I hear lots of feedback about issues in this area, bloating, other issues like that. And often what will happen, people will go to the shops, they'll go to supermarkets, they'll buy these products, will be kind of help to suppress that in some ways. Now, it'll only do that job once, and it won't actually help with the underlying issue. This digestion, this Zengest, absolutely fantastic. We've got peppermint, coriander, tarragon, fennel, caraway, anise, and I'm sure you're familiar with all these in their own right, but very, very powerful together. You can put 1 or 2 drops in a glass of water. Now, it does have a strong aniseed flavour, so yeah, there's other ways you might take that. Might be the veggie capsule we've mentioned, but this is the one I would say for taking every day, on a daily basis. Not just for dealing with issues, but for long-term better digestive support. Absolutely critical to find the ways to get the nutrition into our systems, which is the centre. And we talk about we are what we eat, don't we? Well, we are what we absorb, and this helps to absorb that way. I recommend this for everybody. Now, that's 10 core oils, and I hope you can see this, that there's many situations here that meet the needs of every family and every person. But the other side of it is, it's also the cost effectiveness, and maybe using, instead of these type of products we buy from supermarkets, which we mentioned may not be the best for us, even though they provide a short-term relief. But it's not dealing with the underlying issue. And this is just an example here. This is a product in the UK which is very, very popular, called Gaviscon. You buy it in the supermarket. Very, very popular. Always on the TV, being advertised. Major brand. There's other brands, of course. This would be the most popular one. People taking this on a daily basis. I can't believe how many people take it. And the thing about this, the reason for this slide, is that 1 serving of Gaviscon is 3 times the cost of 1 serving of Zengest or Digesten. It's the same product, just in different markets. So again, what do you think's better? So I recommend this every day. I take this every day. I don't have any issues that people talk about like this at all. That's maybe the reason why, but I also don't want them as well. And I also need, my body needs every bit of support it can get. But we'll just show you the kind of cost comparisons when you understand how to use oils properly and effectively and safely. Now, we do other products rather than just essential oils. We have an On Guard range, which I hinted at earlier on. Toothpaste, foaming hand wash, cleaner concentrate, mouthwash, all chemical free, toxin free. I recommend you start using these as part of your daily wellness routine, like we do for certain. It all adds up. and also skincare products, and a premium skincare range called the Essential Skincare Collection. I use the hydrating cream every day after my shave. You can maybe tell. Well, maybe you can't, but you understand. Yeah, and also for the hair as well. Now, many of these products, it's still early days in India, may not be quite just there yet, but you can look forward to these coming very, very, very soon and start bringing them into your life. Now, that's the product side of it, which is fantastic. But what about support? How many times do you find that people buy things from shops and they don't know how to use them, or what they use it for, or use them effectively? See, that's not the way we work. We're here to provide ongoing free education and support. So we had all our customers into 5 support groups to learn about the oils, ask questions about the oils. People are absolutely fascinated when they see what we provide for free, sharing our experiences. What's the best oil for this? What's the best oil for that? Common questions. But we don't rely on people just coming to us. We're proactive in our education support, and we do it on a long-term basis. And this is one example. And it is just an example, tip of the iceberg. We run a rolling 8-week cycle of these advanced classes for free. And you can expect, if you went to get paid for these, you can expect to be paying somewhere around about 10,000 rupees for this training. And we do it for free. You can buy people with years of experience on essential oils and animals, natural cleaning around the home, body discomfort, it might be good support, it might be pain management, emotional well-being, the skin, cooking with essential oils, children and women's health. Huge. And when our customers come onto these, they learn things they would never learn anybody else. They can make a huge difference to the quality of their life. And we run also on top of this a free class for the Indian market every week. And we have an archive of these available once you become a customer to get access to this information. Priceless. What price can you put on good healthcare and education to go with it? And we also guide you to other resources like apps you can download or books, which is fantastic. We'll listen to what your needs are and guide you in the right direction, where we do a free new member induction with every new person. And now this is interesting, just about to finish off, last couple of slides. Just give you an idea. I've mentioned before, 80% of people come to us are just happy customers. Fantastic. 65% retention. Fantastic. Products that work, company that trust, free education support, and I'm going to talk about bigger discounts very shortly. But there is an option there if you want to look at sharing the oils for an extra income, maybe just casually, maybe you pay for the cost of your own oils, for example, or maybe something more substantial over a period of time. But I'm not going to cover anything of the business side on this particular class. However, please get back to the person who invited you and they'll be able to tell you more if that's of interest, because it is purely optional. So when you get started, you'll have your own account with us, with doTerra, to be able to buy direct, buy what you want, when you want, as much as you want, as little as you want. You'll be purchasing from the Mumbai warehouse, get that product delivered to your home anywhere in India for just 99 rupees, which is fantastic. You'll also get a 25% discount off retail prices. So we encourage you to come back to us and we'll set up this free account for you, and then link you into all the support and give you the best guidance for you for understanding more about the oils and how to use them and build a proactive, preventative lifestyle, as we've already mentioned. And then over a period of time, if you choose to become a regular customer, and this is a choice, become a regular customer, what will happen is that doTerra will give you bigger discounts. In the first 3 months of being a regular customer, when you place an order, each product has a number of points allocated to it. They'll give you back 10% in free product credits. By the end of 13 months, they'll give you back 30%. So you're saving effectively 55% off retail prices. How good does this get? How good does it get?